Hi, everybody. My name is Ron, and I guess we are telling the story of French Woods with 101 stories from French Woods. So, if we're doing this, we have to go back and start way at the beginning, which goes back to 1969. I was working at a little tiny camp upstate New York, and I talked the owner of the camp into letting me take and run a 2-week music festival at the end of the summer. We got all the kids for that festival, almost all of them came from the junior high school in which I was teaching. So I got those kids, they came up to the camp. Some of them paid, some of them didn't. And we ran a 2-week music festival. And I was able during that festival to play around with program, something I had never ever dreamed of doing before. But I did it. And at the end of the festival, I decided, I think maybe it's time to open a new camp. And I went looking for a piece of property. Well, I worked with this broker, and he sent me up to this area up here in Hancock, and there was a little tiny camp here called Pinecone, really tiny. It was all of 40 acres, and it held a grand total of 90 kids. Couldn't hold any more than that. And I was able at that point to make a deal with the guy who owned it and buy the camp. It was amazing that he let me make a deal because I had no money. So it was quite astounding to me that he did it, but he did it. And we opened the camp in 1970 with a full camp. There were 90 kids, and I would say 75 to 80% of them came from my junior high school. And again, some of them paid and some of them didn't. We ran three-week sessions, named the camp after the area, which is French Woods section of New York. And instead of calling it a camp, we decided to say, let's call it a festival. So we made it the Festival of the Performing Arts. We had a great summer. Didn't make any money, lost everything, but that was all right. And we had such a good time and played around and played around. Started out strictly as a music camp, but then it rapidly changed. We were doing theater by the end of the first session. And from theater came art, and from art came dance, and of course the sports were always there. And we completed our first summer. We did very well, and a lot of those kids wanted to come back. And the few kids that we managed to attract that were not from my junior high, they came back too. So we really were very lucky.